Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today is actually just going to be a sit down chit chatty video because it is actually our 1 year booktubeversary. This video is basically just going to be celebrating posting on booktube for a whole year. I have actually had this YouTube channel since 2014, but I have never really posted about my love of books or reading. And so about a year ago in March after my birthday, I just really wanted to share all of the books that I bought for my birthday. And so I posted my first YouTube video about books, talking about everything that I had to say. And I've been posting every week since then. I have so much to say. And first, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here, spending your time out of your day watching my videos, supporting the channel, commenting on my videos, and just like connecting with me. And it's so special, this platform, being able to be creative, have fun, talk about things that I love, and then finding people out in the world who feel the same way. And it is just so much fun. I love talking to you guys and getting book recommendations from you. It has just been such a pleasure. And yeah, thank you. Huge, massive thank you. I want to talk about my goals. I want to talk about the goals that I made for myself in 2025 when I originally started posting about books. I want to talk about like if I hit those goals and if I have any moving forward for this year. I want to talk about money, what I get paid, and if I get paid from YouTube. I also want to answer some questions that you guys asked about anything and everything. I posted a story on my YouTube channel about just basically leaving the platform open for you to ask me a question, tell me anything you want to tell me, whatever your heart desires, and I did get a few responses, so I do want to respond to those. So if you guys are interested in any of that, definitely stick around. So I have everything on my phone so I can kind of like refer back to that. For my 2025 goals, I have a note in my phone. I made this when I first decided to start posting on booktube. I had this channel, like I said, for years. 2014, I used to post workout videos, try on hauls, horseback riding and owning horses. Very long story, but I was gonna go into the military, and so I was posting about that. I just posted about anything and everything. And there was one point too when I was in nursing school, I was posting about nursing. And I just think that it's obvious that I love YouTube as a platform because it gives me the creative outlet to create videos and put it all together and just like create something really beautiful and really flowing and fun. And I just have a good time doing that, and I've been doing it forever, it feels like. So when I started getting really back into like reading and found out that there's this thing called Bookstagram and booktube and all of that, I had kind of refound my love. Not even refound my love because I've always been reading, but more like discovered a door open for me when I read ACOTAR for the first time. The door of romantasy and all of that like opened, and my eyes just like got so big. My eye just like started devouring everything I could find. And so I was like super passionate about books and reading. And it's such a long story, but when I was in nursing school, I was living away from my partner, my now husband. I was living a long distance from him, and so I was kind of just like by myself in a really rigorous accelerated nursing program, commuting 3 hours a day. And I just like really found solace in reading and in books, and it really got me through like a pretty tough time. And honestly, like I look back at that time and I'm just like extremely grateful that I discovered A Court of Thorns and Roses that week when I first moved in with my parents. It was just a really pivotal time. And so I did discover this world of Bookstagram and booktube around that time, and I have just devoured every book in sight basically since then. So I'm just really grateful for books and reading, and I think that combined with being able to be creative with YouTube and creating videos and everything is just the perfect combination for me, and I've just had like such a fun time doing it. So I posted my first booktube video. It was a birthday book haul with no limit, and I was not honestly expecting it to go anywhere. I just wanted to share those books with people because we had just moved to Austin. I had just got my first nursing job. I knew no one, like I had no friends. My husband didn't read books, and so I just like didn't have anybody to share the joy with. And so just posting that video was like that for me to find the people that I wanted to find. Because I had been posting so much on YouTube for years and years, and I never really fully followed through with continuing something because I just always kind of fell off or I got too busy or whatever. With this, I just wanted it to be very intentional. Like if I was going to start posting on booktube, I wanted to continue doing it, and I wanted to be consistent. And I basically just wanted to not just be posting into the ether. I did have the intention of making sure that my videos were gonna be seen and that I was posting things that brought me joy, that I loved to talk about and loved to do, and like made that a priority, but also things that I enjoyed watching on BookTube, like book haul videos and book shopping videos and TBR jar videos and all the things and all the creators that I fell in love with. Those are the types of videos and entertainment that I wanted to create, and I wanted to stay consistent. So that's what I did. I told myself one of my goals from 2025 was to post once a week for a full year without missing a weekend. And I did. There was one weekend that I didn't get to post it that Saturday, and that was during Christmas vacation, and we were at our family's house, and I underestimated Wi-Fi network, and when I went to upload the video on YouTube like 3 days before, it wouldn't upload. It took like 25 hours for it to get 1% uploaded. It was really, really bad. I was pretty stressed out about it, but at the time I'm like, it's not that serious, and I still followed through with my goal, even though it's not on the day that I normally post. Yeah, so that was one of the goals that I did follow through with, which just like made me really happy. And the catch with that goal for me was always to make sure that I'm not just posting just to post. Like, I'm posting because it's making me happy. I'm not gonna force myself to film and edit a video that I don't wanna do. Like, I will stick to my goal and work as hard as I can towards that, to the extent that I'm not making myself miserable and I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing anymore. And I am really proud to say that like I stuck to that, and in this, posting on YouTube has never become a negative thing for me. It's always been such a positive, fun experience. That was just like really important for me. And so I am just like really grateful that I was able to do that and stick with that. It did get a little hairy there when I started working full-time in the ICU as a new job in August last year. I got very busy and a little, like I drowned a little bit because I was working full-time at the hospital, and then I was posting once a week, and I just put a lot of time and effort in my videos, and it takes a while like to get it perfect, or the way that I think is perfect, and I just didn't really feel like I had any time to like decompress. So it was a little hairy there for a while, but I've been able to kind of like figure that out and work through that. So on my little note, it says consistently post at least one 10+ video a week, which I have done. And then I had a goal of reaching 500 subscribers by the end of the summer, which was last year. So I started posting in March, and at the end of the summer I wanted to have 500 subscribers. I started my channel with 200 from just when I had been posting like other forms of content, and I exceeded that goal quite a lot, and I was not expecting that. I thought 500 was kind of like reaching for the stars. I even had one that was like a super goal of reaching 1,000 by my 30th birthday, which I also exceeded that as well. And so I'm just like still flabbergasted that's even a thing. And like I said earlier, that's not at all what my intention was, but I just felt I was just like in it for the long haul, you know what I mean? Like, I am totally down to just do whatever my heart wants to do and post whatever I want, and whatever happens happens. I'm not going to stress out about it. It's just for fun. It's just for meeting new people and talking about things that I love to do. And if like these didn't come to pass, then so be it, but I am just like insanely grateful. Now, there was one other goal that I had made, and it was to post a short form video each time I posted one on Instagram. And I used to post a lot of like reels and stuff on Bookstagram, and I really have just like stopped enjoying doing that because it just started taking time away from the real world. It started taking away from my ability to like be present with my family. I started realizing that was becoming a thing, and so I just stopped basically. And at this point, like, I don't really post short form on YouTube anymore, just because that's not really my niche, and I don't want to attract people who aren't going to be watching like the long form content, which is what I really am passionate about. But on Bookstagram, you know, like I'll post a reel here and there if I feel like I want to, or if that's something that I like want to share. So yeah, those are the 2 or 3, but technically 2 goals that I had for 2025, and I reached both of them, and I am insanely proud of myself for sticking to my goals and following through with those. I want to talk about my goals for 2026 for YouTube, and to be honest, I have not put a lot of thought into this, and I think it's because I want to take the pressure off of numbers and like subscriber count and like all of that. Like that doesn't matter to me, and it's just not something that I want to think too much about. I basically just want to keep doing what I've been doing and just posting what I love to talk about and what I would want to watch as a viewer, and continue connecting with you guys and meeting new people. And I think that that's just gonna be my goal for 2026, is just to continue doing what makes me happy and what I love to produce on YouTube, and not feel pressured to do anything that I don't genuinely want to do, or like things that I want to produce for YouTube. So that's kind of my goal. But I do also have like a bookish reading goals for myself personally, and Hachi's here with his toy now. One of my main goals is to definitely focus on books that have been on my TBR for a while now, and kind of like start backtracking on my TBR and picking books that have been present for a while, and in doing that, keep incorporating that TBR jar that I have that has all the books that have been on my TBR for a long time, but also like getting a little bit more creative and just like finding like new and fun ways to pick those types of books, and then also just doing more mood reading and less of TBR pressure reading. And I think that that will really help me, because when I find that I've either finished my monthly TBR or something, or I've read all the books that I want to read on that monthly TBR at the time, I just love having the freedom to just, whatever mood I'm in, like that morning when I wake up to read, being able to just pick whatever book that is. I usually will pick the book and I'll fly through it really quickly, because it's like what I want to read in the moment. As much as I love TBRs and having kind of like a little mini set list of books to read, I also love just having the freedom of shopping my shelves. And I did that recently, like this month, and it has just been so much fun. I am hoping to do some like TBR takedown type of videos where I am like doing a monthly vlog or something, and I'm just truly reading whatever my heart desires on my physical TBR, to start really working through some of those books that have been on my TBR for a long time, because I have so many that I still really want to read, especially series that I want to get through or get to. Yeah, those are the goals that I have for this upcoming year. I don't have any number goals or anything like that. So another thing that I didn't really have anybody ask about, which I was curious about, because I thought that might be something, because I was always so curious about being paid from YouTube, or like when that would be a thing, or how you got there. I just wanted to like be really open about it, because I don't want it to be like taboo or anything. And so basically with YouTube, you have to hit a couple parameters before you're eligible to be in like the YouTube partner program, I think is what it's called. So you have to have, at least for me, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, I think it probably is, but you have to have at least 500 subscribers, and you have to post at least 2 long form content videos, and then you have to have like a certain number of watch time hours. It's either 3,000 or 5,000, I can't remember. But once you hit all of those things, then you can apply to be eligible for a YouTube partner, which basically you're eligible to get paid from the ads that are shown and then YouTube Premium customers. Once I hit those, they will give you like a certain amount per month. That's like your minimum payout per month. So you have to hit that amount before you actually get a paycheck that month. And so for me, it was $100. So if I got $100 that month out of like YouTube ads or YouTube Premium from each of my videos, then I would get a paycheck. If not, then it would just kind of like, it would get put into the next month. I don't fully understand it, the way that they categorize each video and like how much each like ad is worth, but basically each video is different. You'll get paid out a certain dollar amount per 1,000 views of the video. My New York City book shopping video that had the most views, I got I think like $150 for that video. And then the video that got 700 views, that's like $6. So that's kind of like how it works. And so for each video you post, it'll kind of just like go into a pool, and then if you hit that minimum balance, then you'll get a paycheck that month, and it's just like a direct deposit. So that's basically how that works. It's really nothing crazy. When I got the notification that I was eligible to like apply for being a YouTube partner, I kind of freaked out. It was just like really exciting, because I had been working so hard on all these videos and like putting so much time and effort into them, that when I saw that, I was like, that's just like a little payback of like the hard work that I was putting in and like the passion and stuff that I felt for it. I'm also able to say now that when I'm reading or when I'm editing a video, I'm working. So it makes me feel like more productive. Kind of like a little bit of a payback for some really hard work and like passion that I put into my videos. And I hope that you guys can kind of see that. I just love doing it so much, and I just hope that that kind of like shows through my videos and the things that I produce. That is everything about money and YouTube and like why I got into YouTube in the first place. So now I think it would be fun to look at some of these questions. I haven't looked at these yet, so this is the first time I'm seeing them. And my dad actually said, love of books is genetic. My mom and my dad are both avid readers. My mom's actually an author. She's published like 6 to 8 books, something like that. I definitely got my love for books and literature from them. Like some of the highlights from my childhood are my mom and my dad reading us like mystery Nancy Drew books before bed, and like I'm a Harry Potter lover, Lord of the Rings, like grew up watching that, Star Wars, all of the things. So that is definitely where I got my love for books in the very first place. And then Lindsay's Book Nook. Lindsay, if you're watching this, hi girl. She's been here since like, I don't know, when I had like 200 to 500 subscribers. She's been here forever. So thank you so much for being here. And she said, would love to see more nursing content, full physical TBR video and home decor. I love your style. Thank you. I really take that as a huge compliment because I love curating my environment. It's just been so much fun. As far as nursing content goes, I could definitely look into that more. There's definitely a lot of things that go on and go into like posting nursing stuff, but I would be happy to post nursing stuff because that is also another huge part of my life. I'm an ICU nurse and you know, that's what I do for my full-time job. And then full physical TBR video, I did one of those a year ago almost, and I do want to do an updated physical TBR tour because I definitely have done some rearranging and recycling some books. So I have a feeling that it's very different from the last video that I did a year ago. So I will be doing that sometime soon. Thank you for that, Lindsay. And then Kelsey, Inked Fiction, she said, what's been the hardest part about being a content creator? I guess I am a content creator. I don't really think of myself as a content creator, which I think is kind of funny, but it is true, I guess, because I do post here consistently. And for me, the hardest part is, you know, I hate to admit that that's a real thing, but comparison and fighting myself to make sure that I'm not comparing myself, because truly I believe in this wholeheartedly that comparison is the thief of joy. I don't know where that came from, but my mom always said it growing up, and it's so true that comparing yourself is the thief of your own joy and takes away and kind of like blinds you to your own accomplishments. And I feel like it's really easy to like look at other people's videos and other people's like beautiful Instagram posts and reviews and stuff like that and just be like, dang, I don't really have the time. I can't create something like that. I don't think I'm that creative. I don't think I have the like most aesthetic background or whatever. It's just so easy to snowball if you allow yourself to and start comparing yourself to other people. And I just feel like that can easily be one of the hardest things to deal with as a content creator, but it's something that I feel like I have a good grip on, and something that if I do find myself starting to like kind of fall towards that, I can recognize it and kind of, you know, take a step back and, you know, remind myself why I'm doing this in the first place, and that is not it. I think that's probably one of the hardest things. That's a really great question, and I feel like that could be very relatable to a lot of people just in general in life. It's just comparison. It's just an awful thing that's just so easily fallen into. Oh my gosh. Okay. Joanna Inkstain Oasis, she says top 5 favorite FMCs. Off the top of my head, we've got Aylin and Laura, Bridge Kingdom series. Honestly, I just finished Dawn of the North, and Saga has become one of my favorite female main characters. Oh, you know what? And shoot, what's her name? I had to look it up because I forgot her name, but Name in the Rain and Ruin series, definitely one of my favorite female main characters. And then honestly, probably Nesta and Akatar. I love Nesta. Joanna also asked the top 5 book boyfriends, and I think Asriel, A Court of Thorns and Roses, Rowan from Throne of Glass. I can't remember his name, but the male main character in the Book of Asriel, that series is really good. And then, what's his name? Han Vagar in When the Moon Hatched, 100%. Cassian in Akatar, and Luca from Reign of Shadows and Endings, definitely Luca. And then truly, my husband is my real life book boyfriend, so we have to mention my husband as well. If you're stranded on an island, what 3 books would you want to have with you? This is a fantastic question. I love this. I immediately am thinking of the Throne of Glass series, but I don't think that counts because it's only 3 books. So honestly, these are hard. All the books that I want to pick are like sad books, like Anxious People, My Friends. But yeah, that's hard because I feel like I just need a good series. So if I were to pick one, I would have to pick a series, which I would pick Throne of Glass because I can read that series over and over and over again and never get tired of it. Oh, and then the next question is favorite book series of all time. And this one's a hard one because I always want to say Throne of Glass because that is just such a pivotal series in my life, but so is the Harry Potter series, and so is the Bridge Kingdom series that I read recently, and the Reign and Ruin series that I just read. And honestly, it's hard because all of them just took me on such a journey that is so hard to compare. And a lot of the series also that I have been reading and really enjoyed aren't finished yet, like The Road of Bones or Spark of the Everflame, which is that ever gonna be finished? I don't know. My favorite series, plural, of all time has to be Lady of Darkness, Throne of Glass, and Reign and Ruin. I think those have to be it. Those are like the ones that are done or mostly finished. What made you want to do BookTube in the first place? And I think I've already talked about that so much already, but just having a space where I can just freely talk for as long as I want about books and not have a 3-minute limit, and yeah, just be able to like connect and share more of my personal life, just connect more off of a platform that is just based on like fast form content. And I just love being able to just like settle in, watch a good YouTube video, and just like really feel like I get to know the people that I'm watching. And yeah, it's just been such a pleasure and such an honor being able to create content for you guys, and I've had such a really fun time. I've had such a fun time doing it, and I don't regret it. I plan on continuing to make videos every Saturday for you guys for the foreseeable future, and I am just like really excited to see what 2026 has to bring for this channel. I think it's just gonna be really fun. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more creative with like video ideas and stuff, and trying a few new things, focusing a little bit more on like vlogs too, because I want to be able to do more of those because those are really fun to edit and to make, and focus on reading all the books that I have on my shelf. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for watching and for interacting with my videos. And I just hope that you know that I'm so grateful for you for being here, and that I see you, and I appreciate every time that you comment. I appreciate every time you like my video. I just love getting to know you guys in the comments as well. So if you guys ever want to chat, my DMs over on Instagram are always open. I always do my best to respond as soon as I see the messages, and I just am just so incredibly thankful for you and for the BookTube community, and just being able to have this platform just to post things that make me happy. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope that you guys have had a wonderful weekend, and I will post a video on Saturday for you guys, so I will see you next Saturday. Bye guys.